What's up, guys? JayzTwoCents, Nick and Phil here, and we're a little late on this month's... Stop mocking me.
What? I'm not. What are you
We're a little late on this month's Jay, what do you think? Should be now, guys, what do you think? Because it's not just Jay anymore.
But then they're going to think that's like Austin's thing.
Hey, guys, what do you think? I think it's time to play an ad. With no parts markup and only a $75 build fee, Redux gaming PCs are the obvious choice for gamers who demand the best without paying extra. With as little as a few clicks, you'll get a PC optimized for you and the games you play at a price that fits your budget, and all Redux PCs are backed by a 2-year warranty. To see all that Redux has to offer and to start configuring your next PC, head to the link in the description below. Okay, so this is Jay, what do you think? Number, I don't know, 13 or something like that. I have to go back and look, I forgot. So basically, this is where we on Twitter say, hey, send us photos of your setups, things that you want advice on, things you built, things you're proud of, or just whatever you want us to react to. And sometimes you guys really know how to trigger my triggered buttons or push my triggered buttons. We're not talking about the, don't you dare to, I'm sunburned and
oh yeah, I forgot.
Shut up.
I totally forgot.
Don't you mother, I will literally rip out that fro. So anyway, if you guys want to maybe get featured in next month's Jay, what do you think? Make sure you guys are following on Twitter, and you might have a chance to get in here. So the first one here comes to us from Katie. She says, time to get roasted. When they ask for it. All right, specs-wise, she has an i5-8400 and RTX 3060, MSI B365M Pro, 16 gigs of 266 memory, 500 gigabyte Kingston M.2 SSD, and 1 terabyte Barracuda. She says, I need to find a way to get the RGB to work, get an AIO, and sleeved extension cables. Jay, what do you think? So you know what bugs me about this already? One, the Funko Pop. We've already talked about this a million times. Putting Hello Kitty inside your computer does not make it a Hello Kitty computer.
Jeez.
But what really triggers me about this is I know she says she's getting an AIO, which is already a complete waste of money on an 8400. Okay, let me just go and point that out first of all. Second of all, this Funko Pop right here costs only $4 less than the cheap AI or the cheap air cooler tower thing that we showed like a couple months ago. Because right now that's available on Prime Day sale. It's only $19.99. Yeah, it's going to take about 2 weeks to arrive because they're new shipments are coming in. But what do you think, Phil? Do you think she should have spent the money maybe on a cooler for that?
Well, that air cooler is better than the AIOs we tested it against, right? So
yeah, I bought 3 more before I tweeted that it was on Prime sale because I don't want you guys to buy them out.
And they make them in white, so it would match the theme.
Obviously, she's going with the Hello Kitty theme. It matches the little Hello Kitty, but cooler.
They make white motherboards too. Just like just upgrade it overall instead of just doing it straight up AIO.
I mean, now you're talking about putting a lot of money into aesthetics for. Look, this is a
I think that might be why she's getting AIO because of it, like you just said, it's kind of overkill for the processor. So
it's definitely overkill for the processor.
That would be an aesthetic choice for sure.
Well, the aesthetics are already screwed because she's got this basic Asus cooler. She's got red RAM, and obviously his blue Intel sticker doesn't work. This motherboard is uber basic, like super basic. The MSI B365M Pro, that's like basic. Which makes sense for the 8400.
Yeah.
So to answer you, I would not spend the money on a white motherboard for an 8400. If I were going to buy a new motherboard, it's going to be a later platform. Get the white air cooler. That'll go.
Actually, yeah, and because it'll cover a lot of the motherboard, it'll actually help a lot.
Yeah,
with
it's big enough. And then maybe get another white fan so you can do push-pull and block even more of the motherboard.
Or get 2 white RGB fans.
Find someone willing to trade black RAM for you so the red isn't sticking out. All right, so this next one comes to us from Janice Rekika. This is a uber clean build. So he says his name is Challenger. He gave his PC a name, Challenger. It's an R7 2700X 2080 Super.
I love the handle.
I know, right?
Computer.
It's computer. 32 gigs of RAM, 750 gold, more than 10 terabytes of storage between the SSD and hard drive and NVMe. It's got a Asus 32-inch curved 1440p 144 Hz. Do I need to upgrade my RGB? I like the way he did the edge lighting under the table because there's like a lip there.
Yeah.
Do you notice he DIY'd a panel that hangs down to cover his cables? I mean, he's not covering all of them. He's got some over here on the right. He's got one kind of over here on the left hanging down.
Yeah, I don't think you need an RGB upgrade. I think you just it's that 95% thing again, right? Yeah. You just gotta take care of that last 5%. Those cables hanging there. But dude, it'll look so nice.
This is an L shape, right? So this cabinet on the right probably.
That doesn't look like an L shape actually. That just looks like it's separate. So
okay,
maybe
fine.
You can move that to the other side.
No, I wouldn't move to the other side because I bet you from the perspective you're sitting and standing in this room, you won't see these white cables because this blocks it. I do like the way he did this edge lighting though, because then from your sitting position, that's just a glow and the lights aren't in your face. I actually prefer that to doing edge lighting on the back of the desk like like most of us do, because he has this channel, right? The edge of the table blocks it. I do like the symmetry between the panels. So he's got his curved in the middle and 2 verticals on the side. Clearly he's doing a center panel or something like we had here. Maybe a Sithy look, but this looks more first order to me because clearly these aren't red, they're more of a gold. I don't know, is it Star Wars or is it Cyberpunk? Which is it?
I think it's a little bit of both, or maybe it's just like he's representing things that he likes.
Yeah,
in a little bit of everything.
Yeah, because the TV's background is
Star Wars. Yeah.
So he asked specifically, does he need to upgrade his RGB? I think no, he just needs to pick a theme and sort of stick with it, honestly.
I also think no, but do what you want on your themes, because you really seem to like Star Wars and Cyberpunk.
All right, moving on. Miguel Castro says, in the middle of a revision, but this is how it looked before it came apart. X570 formula, 5900X, 3090. You know, it's not much, but it's mine.
Yeah, I know. Most
32 gigabyte Trident Z.
Ain't much, but it's
around 10 terabytes of SSD.
Only
water
10 terabytes? Dude, you gotta get like 50.
I mean, look, it's not much.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's all he could piece together in this pandemic.
Oh, man, I know.
He's actually using Singularity Computers reservoirs.
Beautiful.
Look at the cable management in the back.
It's so clean.
It's like better than anything I've ever done.
I love that he did it even though it's unnecessary because the door hides it. Like, that's painting the back of the cabinet. Yes.
Yeah, it's very clean. I like the kind of a frosted white. It's not frosted too, but it's not super thick, but it's also not clear. It's just sort of, it looks like, to me, like ice going through there.
It almost looks like the rest of the case was inspired by the Unifans.
Yeah.
Because using the silver fittings makes sense because the Unifan like middle hub thingy is silver, and that's the only metal looking part on it. It looks really nice.
I like his use of the nanoleafs.
Maybe unpopular opinion, I'm not a fan of these boxes up here because I feel like they sort of take away from his
the tequila.
I know, right? I was like, he's got nice taste in
18 dummy juice.
Yeah, I don't personally like tequila, so but anyway, you know what would have made this like just right over the top for me is if instead of going with the black top like this, because he used the furniture feet like we showed in our video, and a lot of people like Random Frank
P.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him, obviously Tech Source, a lot of the guys that do setups, they're the ones that really like kind of made people start doing this. I just sort of followed suit. But I think a nice dark wood grain would have really made this.
Yeah.
I can't tell what color these walls are, if they're like a pastel green or if it's just the weird lighting. But I feel like even
just that little splash of earth tone.
Yes.
Like wood tone type stuff.
That definitely looks like a mint colored wall. So maybe it wouldn't go well. You know what though? If that's your little cubby and that's your area, that's not a lot of area to paint. So paint this. You got wood grain on the floor, maybe pull it up into the desk. And then paint this maybe white or a really light gray. Let's not forget, he does say it's in the middle of a revision, but he didn't tell us what he's doing. Watch him do all those things.
So we gotta wait for part 2.
So Clevin, 11 plus Clevin gets you home by 7. Casually streams, but works professionally as a videographer. Ryzen 5 3600, 5700 XT. You notice how everyone has 32 gigs of RAM now? Remember when RAM was really expensive? 256 gigabyte SSD. I'm shocked that it's so small. Do you think this guy cares about reverb? Look at the ceiling.
Jeez.
Look at those sound panels in the ceiling. The track lighting looks good.
It's beautiful.
I like his symmetry and panels there. It's the studio monitors. These look like DIY sound panels, by the way, which is perfectly fine. See that wood tone? Look how nice that does. This looks more like sound engineer setup, honestly. Like he's a sound engineer, but I like the set. Look, sound panels behind him. Guys, this is the thing. You don't have to line your entire walls with sound foam. Okay, you have to find the reflections. Just like light bounces, so does sound, and it's very linear. So if you can find where the reflections are, you can stop all the reverb. I'm so sick of people's like stream setups where they're like, look at my awesome setup, and they just wallpaper the walls with foam. That takes all the highs out of your voice, and then you end up sounding super flat.
Yeah.
The only thing he didn't do, which I'm kind of surprised, is this right here. I feel like should be replaced with bass traps at the top. People don't realize that. It's the sound converging in the corners and bouncing that causes reverb. But anyway, very clean setup. Jarish says, I like tanks.
it doesn't work the same, huh?
I like boats. All right. My work from home setup, leftmost monitor is connected to the work laptop. So this one kind of hurts my eyes a little bit. There's too much going on. He's got his HTC Vive Pro, just all sorts of other crap on the desk. I look like I don't know, pirate hat or something made by his kid maybe. I don't know. It's a basket over here. Like a terrarium. I mean,
and also like pirate ship desk. Like I just imagine like a feather quill.
Yeah.
And like, dearest Maria.
Yeah. If you have to write like this, then your desk might be a little too old. It's what he's got to work with, right? I mean, that chair doesn't look that old. He probably bought the chair, but that desk literally was like a family heirloom that came down from, when Napoleon was sent to Versailles or whatever.
I'm not saying you can't make that work. I'm just saying it's really messy right now. Like, and you need to store a lot of the stuff that's on your desk that's unnecessary.
The setup is clean. That's a lot of fittings right there. Oh, he's doing the entire fitting setup with copper tubes. So it's all hard, right? It's all metal. But anyway.
Sorry.
It looks better to me at night when there's only one color happening.
Because you can't see the 1800s-ness of the desk.
There's all his Lego tanks. Hey, I can appreciate Lego tanks because
I mean they look sick.
I got 2 boats. He's got more tanks than I do though. Oh, you know what I just realized? Jeez, I'm stupid. This is actually a Spectre case from Singularity Computers. That's an expensive case.
Oh right, yeah, you're right. It's like
yeah. Cable manage, please, for the love of God. Even if it's an old table like this, I don't even know what that is. But
what about actually putting the lighthouse on a wall mount instead of using the tower?
And then that would also help you cable manage.
Yeah.
All right. Hui Wen? Is that how you say his name?
I think it's Wee Win. Wee Win.
Okay. Oh, these old plastic cups. They bring back my childhood. I used to drink Kool-Aid out of those.
Dude.
I don't like the way his desk is protruding in front of the closet door or whatever.
I think that's what he said. It said cover up the door, not the floor.
I mean, you could hang a curtain rod behind it or something, but I mean, I don't know if he would really want to cover it up.
I dig the old film cameras though; those are dope.
Yeah, there's a little Scarlet right there. I like the sawhorse desk style, especially when this already looks very like
kind of like homemade, kind of ruggedy.
Yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? Craft something. I can't remember.
Farmhouse rustic.
It seems farmhouse. It's not really rustic, but it's. I mean, the sawhorses really make it kind of seem farmhouse. External drives and stuff over here. Speaking of which, perfect time to segue to this video's integration. Our crucial external SSDs. So we actually, I should say Phil uses these. He already stole one out of here, as you can see. So this little guy right here, this is a 4 terabyte SSD.
That's more than he has total.
And you can take it with you. Another 4 terabyte right here. And then we got a 2 terabyte, 1050 megabyte per second read write because they're actually NVMe in here through USB-C. So yeah, Crucial has got you covered if you want to get rid of this mess over here and get something extremely fast. Then check out the link in the description below and you guys can learn more about these Crucial external SSDs. Yes, shameless plug, but one that applies. Send your hate mail to nick@JayzTwoCents.com.
I mean, 4 terabytes.
I'll just forward it to you, but okay.
That's okay. I'll make another redirect for forwards from you that go back to you. Anyway, no, his setup though, I do like it a lot. I don't know if he needs to cover up that door though, honestly. I feel like covering up that door would look even weirder because that means he's going to probably have to cover up the light switch too.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Good job on the cable management though.
Yeah, for a desk with 0 cable management like facilities.
I mean, that really just looks like it's one of the IKEA like Carlbees that's just put on top of sawhorses. Seahorses. A giant seahorse desk. This is Will Payne. Sounds like a famous name. What's your name? Will Payne. Is
his brother Max?
I like this setup. This is my recently finished understairs cupboard setup. Farming, racing, gaming, space away from my 2-year-old's reach. And it's the second build ever. You've given me so much inspiration. Look at this. Dude, it's so narrow. Like, I don't think I would fit in this cupboard.
It was funny when we first saw it too. We were like, what is that controller? And then we read the thing and it's like, oh, farming simulator controller. Because I don't think either of us have ever driven a farm thing.
He's got to live in the Midwest. He's got to live in the Midwest. I mean, they do have steering wheels on tractors, right? They're like the big, let's say the big plows.
Yeah, but you have to control the thing, the giant.
Do we need to build a farming simulator rig now? I love this channel he made.
Yeah, 3 city idiots learn how to farm. That'd be a funny video.
3 city idiots die of starvation.
Yeah, you have to drive information to get the grain from the thingy into the other thingy.
Yeah, because the thing next to it's capturing it. Yeah, it's all shooting behind it.
And all the Midwest people are just like, oh my god, the thingy into the thingy with the grain, you idiot.
I mean, those guys get up really early. They're up at like 9 a.m. What? Okay, I know they're up at 7. Yes, I know they're up at like 3, okay? Jeez. I do really like this little like slide he made for the keyboard. Because one of the things, I need to do that on my wall now. One that's perfect for the G19, because I have my racing sim.
Oh yeah, your racing sim is right against the wall.
Yeah, so I can just, when I want to use that. This is a pretty neat setup though. I like it.
How do you not sweat in there instantly?
Yeah, I have to assume he opens it when he's running it because that's got to be hot in there.
Yeah, and just like a big fan blowing straight into it.
All right, Hamster Dad says specs. That stuff. check this setup out. It's super clean.
Yeah.
I like the way he turned various things into art, like graphics card coolers and stuff. That looks like
I
just
love
a
that
cooler.
impossibly mounted GPU in the upper left.
This one up here?
Cool.
Yeah.
Small form factor build. Looks like maybe an end case. This is a 3D printer. Same one you got. You just got a 3D printer. What caught my attention on this one was the way his stuff is hanging from chains. So this is a floating desk, as you can see. There's no legs. And I don't know what he puts there, but that's hanging from a chain, and his subwoofer is hanging from a chain. I still get sketched out with floating desks though, man, because my setups are always heavy. All right, Devin Lethbridge. Jay, I need help finding some panels to go above my monitors to control the echo. Also, maybe speakers to replace the IKEA plants. Office has Philips Hue lighting throughout. The yellow Ethernet will be gone soon. You saw the other guy's setup that had the sound panels in there, but he kind of went overkill, too far in one direction, in my opinion. He puts them directly behind him, which is important. So a lot of people worry about their setup that they're facing. They forget, again, sound travels in 360 and bounces from behind you. What I would do if I were you right here is I would just get one nice vertical panel. This is obviously a sit stand desk. So the hard part here is going to be getting it set up for, usually you get it set up for a static position. But if you're going to be standing, that changes obviously where the sound reflection is going to be. But if you find where you use it most, which is probably in the sitting position, it looks like you raise it to put your Herman Miller chair under there. This is your normal position here. I would get like a 2x4 sound panel off Amazon or something, like an inexpensive one, mount it horizontal right here to take up most of the space. But then what I would do is I would put one behind you in the exact same position. Hopefully there's not a door or a wall or a window or something there. Bass trap in this corner, take a bass trap and cut it and put it in this corner here. Take the other half and put it down here. And the same thing in the other two corners behind you, bass traps. People forget sound panels gets rid of a lot of the highs in your voice and a lot of the mids and highs, which starts to make you sound really muffled. But bass traps are how you stop reverb. Without bass traps, you're not going to stop the reverb. You'd still hear reverb, but your voice is going to sound it's going to have no brightness to it. All right, this is Stefan Glazer. Besides cable management, I don't know what else to do. It's always been a giant mess, and it's partly me. No, it's all you.
It's your desk, right?
Even when I clean it spotless every couple of days, things accrue on here, and boy, it's showing. I've said this before, and this is true for me too, and I think you both will agree. Messy desks are a byproduct of messy people. You can't blame the desk. I clean it up, and then that's just stuff happens. No, it's because some people, myself included, go, there's a blank space there. There's something there now. You know, it's like, that's just what...
That bugged me already.
I know. His cable management, first of all, that's just, look, I'm not trying to roast you. I'm not trying to insult you or offend you, but cable management, bad cable management like this is actually just a sign of laziness. It's not a sign of not having the ability of making it neat. Look, you coiled some cables up here, and that's kind of where you gave up. But bad cable management like this, it honestly is a sign of laziness. You wanted to get it hooked up and running, and then you just left it. It takes time, hours. I mean, maybe even days to get cable management truly set up how you want it. I think I spent, when I did my setup at the house, I probably spent 2 solid days on cable management.
Yeah.
And then realizing like, damn, this cable's too short or this one's too long, and actually ordering another one on Amazon and waiting for it to come because I just wanted it all to be as hidden as possible. You also have a desk that allows for good cable management. With it being a sit stand, they almost always have nets and mounting points underneath to mount things, whether they at least be zip tie, like those zip tie straps that are reusable. Your desk does not make a mess on its own. This is you, right? There's probably other underlying reasons maybe you're cluttery, but if I have a feeling that it's not just your desk that ends up cluttery. If we saw a picture of inside your car, would we see a mess? If we see a mess in your car, then that's just your personality, and if you don't like it, you got to change that. If you just don't care, then don't change it.
It doesn't cost much to fix cables. Like what, $5 for a whole pack of zip ties, and then like another $3 for some double-sided tape.
I think it's gonna sound like I'm ragging on him, but I'm not. That's the real answer as to why this is like.
And
this.
honestly, I think once you said besides cable management, or once you do cable management, it's gonna bring the visual clutter down below that critical mass, and your brain will be able to say, okay, cool, now I know what to clean up, instead of just looking at that, seeing everything and being like, okay, I don't even know where to start. Like once the cables are managed, at least you can see every single thing that's on your desk that you don't need, and then you can chuck that in a drawer.
Okay, moving on. Ryan Murtis says, my VR gaming home gym setup I built. Built the computer by myself thanks to your vids. 200-year-old home in the U.S. He's definitely in New England.
Is he in the U.S.? Oh yeah, those are U.S. plugs.
Yeah.
He has like the first home.
I dug out the floor and did all the construction myself. So here's his VR setup. All right, so he's got a monitor there, and
Awesome.
it's a Cooler Master case, and
Those are like the giant freaking. They go
Yeah.
up to like stupid weights.
And then, I love his little Tykes like workout area
That's
here.
where most of his
That's
gains are.
awesome. Is that his or? I'm gonna assume it's his kids, but that is awesome.
I
right
like
there.
the Rambo poster.
I hope your Guardian is set up very conservatively.
Yeah.
Because it's like, dude, I would hate punching anything in a gym
Dude,
would just.
punching a squat rack or a cable rack like that would suck so bad.
There's so many things, or that mirror.
I'm a little jealous of this home gym though. If you want to know the truth.
Would you want to bet that like the top played app on his Quest is like Thrill of the Fight or like Creed or one of those boxing games?
I'm definitely jealous of this home gym. I just love how the kid. It's like here you can run in place on your little your little trampoline. I mean, I know my youngest would be out there with us. That's pretty awesome. Anyway, guys, that's all we got for you today. Make sure you guys check the description for our sponsors today. Don't forget Crucial, and then obviously with our Red X PC. So huge thanks to sponsoring today's video. Guys, if you want to be featured in this, make sure you follow on Twitter at JayzTwoCents. We always use Twitter for these photos, and you guys might have a chance of getting featured yourself. So anyway, thanks for watching, and as always, we will see you in the next one. And don't forget, if you've got any advice for any of these people we featured, make sure you reference their setup down below and give your best advice. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.